Alright, so today what we're going to show you how to do is insulate the door of a 1986 Westfalia camper van. And this is the driver's side door, and it was a little tinny ever since we bought it, and it just kind of bugged me, and so I watched some videos of folks insulating things on the internet here and thought maybe we'd try it. So the first thing that you're going to experience if you're doing this is you've got to take the door panel off. So the door panel's off and it's sitting over here right now, and you've got to get these little clips to unfasten. So be really careful if you've got an older camper bus, because obviously those things can get a little bit brittle, and I lucked out and didn't bust any. Then as you take that off or pop that off and get it loose, there's going to be two things though that are fastened on that you're going to ultimately need to loosen. The first will be your hand crank. So you just got to get a screwdriver, slip it in behind here, pop this piece off, and then you'll see the screw, and you'll just have to unscrew it, and you'll take that off. And I'm just showing you this. You'll have to do this before you get the door panel off, because this is going to be holding your door panel on. So you'll pull that off like that, and then you're all set there. Then the other thing that you're going to have is you're going to have this the finger trigger for the door, and this housing sits on there, and you'll have to pop this off. So there's two pieces to this. There's this inner piece, and you're going to slide a screwdriver right in here. You'll see a little gap, and then you take the screwdriver, you'll pinch this back, and you'll pull this piece out. So this little cup that sits inside there comes right out. Then you've got this housing that's sitting here, and there's a screw that you'll see right in here, and I've taken the screw out now. But you're going to pop that screw off, then you're going to pull that open, and you can slide that right off. And once you've got the hand crank and that pulled off, then you can go ahead and take the entire door panel right off. Then what you're going to find is you'll probably have a moisture barrier in here of some type, and it'll be in some degree of disrepair depending on the age of your bus. And then there's a second one down here. So I just tried to kind of gently peel these back, and then I just took this one completely off. And I'll just give you some pointers here on what I found. So now this is the rest of the housing, right, for opening up the door. So when you pull the latch, this is what pulls this off. So there's two bolts. I took this off, pulled it out, just so I could get this out of the way, so when I'm working in here, I could get around it. Then there's the window here, and so you can go ahead and crank this down, because I was going to try to pull this piece out of here, and there's a bolt here that holds it on, and then there's another bolt underpinning down here, and if you take both of those off, this should release. Now I couldn't get it to go, so I ultimately just worked around it. It wasn't that big of a pain, but depending on how much you want to go for it, you can. Then what I did was, I show you down in here, I basically lined it in all the way down with, we used peel and seal. Actually, I used peel and seal here, and I think I used Quick Roof from Home Depot here. The peel and seal is from Lowe's, Quick Roof is from Home Depot. So I put it in all the way down, kind of pushed it in as hard as I could with my hands, sealed it all along the bottom here, so the entire length of the door. So I put it all the way through the base. Then what I did was I just successively, I guess, just worked it all the way up and just installed it all the way through so that you can kind of see it. Then I put it in over here as well. I did it on all the sides, so you can see it behind the moisture barrier there, and you can see it here as well. So I started down low, worked my way kind of up, and then across the door over here, and then just kind of worked my way all the way up here, because there's a bar, like a hard bar in here, stabilizer or something, that comes down. And so I just folded right into that, and then I did the other half coming this way, and then folded back into it. So you can see everything here. There's a little piece of styrofoam right there, so we just cut around that as well. Didn't take too long, but a couple of tools that you're going to want to have. You're going to want to have your various screwdrivers. It helps to have some sort of just flat edge, something to, in case you get into some tight spots inside of here, you can kind of shove it in and move things along, right, and kind of tamp things down. And then it helps to have a little roller like this, and as you can see, I'm starting to do the wheel well now as well, and then just kind of you can go along and press that. So what I did was I pulled the seats out here. You can see in the main cab, I've got the driver's side seat out right now, and I've laid this in, and then we'll fold the carpeting back down and seal this all up. And then hopefully it doesn't smell, but I did a lot of research, and everybody who was talking about this peel and seal on the interior, since I didn't have the moisture barrier to kind of help with the vapor, everybody really raved that this didn't have any sort of smell to it. So we'll install that and see how that goes. Hopefully it'll work out. And then depending on how brave I want to get, I may just peel all this back as well and do underneath here just to kind of help quiet things down a little bit on the ride. So that's how you do it. It didn't take too long. One of the things that I did though when I first pulled this moisture barrier off is there was a lot of just kind of dirt and dust back in here. So I kind of washed the whole thing down on the inside, blew it out with my air hose, and then cleaned it up real good so that I could get a nice, real firm contact to the door. But now, man, when I slam this door, it sounds awesome. Here, I'll show you. Because this thing used to ping really loud, and you do this now, and that is a solid door. Let me tell you that. Oh, love that sound. So much better than that tinny ringing that it used to do. It just drove me nuts. So that's it. That'll take you, you know, good afternoon to do, but kind of a fun little project and pretty easy to do. And then you can do the wheel wells and move to other areas after you get the hang of it. All right, good luck.